guys, this is Frozen 2 Fan 2004 here, and welcome back to not just a movie review, but a special movie review. This was the very first video that was requested to me. Yeah, you can feel free to request me, but yeah, like if you guys remember my channel intro very well, I said that I will only give requests to my close friends. But yeah, feel free to give requests, but only if you're a close friend of mine. So yeah, I got a request to rent on I asked you to venture back. Well, I might do it, but maybe in a good time. When it's a good time for me to do it, and when I'm in a mode to. But yes, but this review is requested by one of my best friends and favorite YouTubers, Encanto Fan 2004. Yeah, sadly he doesn't have Instagram or Discord where I can chat with him and privately. Encanto Fan, if you're watching this, please get Instagram so I can chat with you there. But yeah, he's actually part of one of the Frozen community members. So yeah, in Canada Fan 2004, this is for you, pal. And please don't. And yeah, oh, by the way, I just want to say thank you for. I just want to give a thank you for defending me from my haters and yeah, and not falling for the trick to since they were trying to convince me to hate you. But yeah, enough of the Encanto Fan 2004 talk. But yeah, oh yeah, and also one more thing that I'm glad he was actually born the same year as me, 2004. That's pretty cool. But yeah, enough of that. Now let's get on to Encanto. So yeah, Encanto tells the story of this community that this community born with powers, and these powers that they have help the community. But then there's this outcast named Mirabel who actually doesn't have powers, and she goes on a journey to try and find out what her contribution to the family is, and that she basically helps save the casita, which the casita is the house of the Madrigal, and yeah, I forgot to mention the family's name of Madrigal. So yeah, Encanto is the 60th Disney animated film. So, I mean, this could have been something special. Now, yeah, I was such an idiot back then to actually doubt this movie that I thought this was going to be a decent. I thought this was actually going to be a pretty decent film, but because I was like, okay, the trailers look man. I mean, I actually put this in my top 15 most anticipated movies, but that was just because it's a Disney movie. But I just like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that good. But holy crap! After I actually saw the film in theaters, which I think is one of the best theater experiences I've ever had last year, one of the best theatrical experiences for an animated film in general. Yeah, I loved it. I was blown away, and it was actually my favorite anime film of 2021. And it was actually it's always been my favorite anime film of 2021 ever since. But every time I rewatch and think about it, this film just gets better and better and better up to the point where like I think it is now one of the best, one of my favorite movies of all time, easily top five. I can see why this is Encanto Fan 2004's favorite movie of all time, and I think it is. Yeah, for me, I would say it's at number four. Frozen 2 is the best, No Time Like Second, and The Great Showman recently broke in the top three on rewatch. Maybe Encanto could go back at number three on another rewatch. We'll see. But yeah, now now onto Encanto. Yeah, this now let's give. Now I know this movie actually won the best animated feature at the Oscars, and this rightfully deserves. So I was so happy. I was actually scared that the Mitchell's versus Machine was going to win best animated feature over Encanto because poor Disney, Walt Disney Studios hasn't won a single best animated feature since and Zootopia, and they've always been robbed at the Oscars. And don't get me started on Frozen 2 getting snubbed for Best Anime Feature. Screw the Oscar for doing that. I'm still not getting over that. But yeah, Encanto, I'm so happy it won. I've never been more happier. So and actually, it even won the Kids' Choice Awards when I was expecting Luca to win. I'm so glad Encanto won. So yeah, with that said, now let's get into the reasons of why I love Encanto so much. First of all, the way the first of all, I like that this movie doesn't try to be so big. I love that this film tries to be a small scale Disney film, but yet it's so mature. It feels like it's a film for all ages, not just for kids. I mean, there's some scary aspect for kids. You know, some scenes like when Mirabel goes to the dark cave, you see a few dark scenes like you can like make kids scared. I mean, I love that it tries to. It still takes risk, even if it's a very small scale Disney film. I mean, I'm more into the anime films with larger scales like Frozen 2, but Encanto just works so well. I mean, and man, but because it has like such a magical feel to Disney. Like you can actually feel the magic. And Mirabelle is one of the best Disney protagonists alongside Anna and Elsa. I mean, she has such brilliant character development, and she's always put to the test. And yeah, I love Mirabelle, and she's easily the best character, and she's in Encanto fan 2004's favorite character of all time. I can totally see why, because Mirabelle is the best animated character of 2021. Even if Paloma is still the best character of 2021, there is no denying of that. I also love Isabella. Like the relationship between Mirabel and Isabella, like kind of like Anna and Elsa's relationship, except better than the Frozen one, the relationship, but obviously not as good as Frozen two. But oh, speaking of Frozen, this movie. Am I the only one who noticed that this film is actually very similar to Frozen? Well, I'm not sure how to put into words to how similar it is, but it's just so noticeable that it kind of follows the same plot beats as Frozen, except that Frozen two. I mean no, I mean Frozen one is painfully average. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Frozen one. I think Encanto is did this a million times better than that painfully average Frozen one. So yeah, but yeah, everything else. The animation is one of the best animations I've ever seen in my life. This animation is just beyond gorgeous. It's so realistic, and it shows that Disney can upgrade the animation. And also, I really love other characters. Well, like Abuela Alma. She's actually the main antagonist of the film. If you think about it, because she's actually the reason why Bruno left to the cave. I mean, Bruno disappeared. Why all the Casita stuff is happening, because she doesn't really show her love to the family until like later on she learns to love the family. An antagonist doesn't have to be an evil person. An antagonist can actually be someone who causes the conflict, who causes the problems of the story. So yeah. Speaking of mentioning Bruno, Bruno's another fantastic character, but sadly we don't talk about Bruno. Not even a live check. Because first rule of Encanto review is we do not talk about Bruno. Second rule of my Encanto review is we do not talk about Bruno. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just joking. Obviously, it's just that's already become a meme at this point. But yeah, Bruno's great. Also, I think I want to talk about Dolores because I think no one gives her recognition. I think Dolores is the most underrated kind of character. She's just cute, and I like her powers, like her hearing powers. Like she's probably my favorite of the magical powers, because I also, that's pretty much my thing. I eavesdrop. I have the power to eavesdrop other people. It's just kind of fun to hear other people's conversations, if I'm not part of the conversation. But yeah, now let's talk about what I think is might be the best aspect of Encanto, the songs, because musicals is my second favorite genre. My favorite genre is action. Yeah. So yeah, but I actually did a whole playlist of my ranking of all Encanto songs, so you can go check it out if you haven't yet on my channel. And I did it way before I started making videos. But yeah, all songs are fantastic. We will talk about Bruno as the best song of the whole film. But still, yeah, and Real Talk about Bruno is actually my second favorite, yeah. Second favorite song of 2000. Sorry for the noise, so yeah. It's my second favorite song of 2021. Number one being, of course, No Time to Die by Billie Eilish, but yeah. Surface Pressure is another great song. And speaking of Surface Pressure, yeah, Luisa is awesome. Is such an awesome character. I love how strong she is, and yeah, but honestly, I kind of feel like I kind of have this theory that Luisa might be an LGBTQ character, like, because what? Yeah, it's just a theory, but I don't know if it's true or not. But yeah, I hope she actually is, because I like it when Disney does LGBTQ. It shows that they take risks and stuff. Um, Family Magical. I want to talk about Family Magical. It's the most underrated song in the whole film. And love Family Magical. Oh, another song I think is underrated is What Else Can I Do? Like, the song is my jam. It's so catchy, and I already talked about Mirabel and Isabella's bond, and I think that song really perfectly captures their bonds. Oh yeah, no, any song I can talk about? Well, the Anchor song is catchy. I mean, but yeah, the artists are great, but I won't talk about the other songs. Yeah, Oh yeah, and also let's talk about the Oscar nominated song. I forgot the name. Sorry. Dos Oruguitas. Yeah, that's the name. Dos Oruguitas. Yeah. Honestly, I think that might be my favorite scene in the film. It's not my favorite song, but easily in the top five. Dos Oruguitas is my favorite scene in the film because it's I just Abuela's backstory is really dark, and you actually get to see like her husband being murdered, being assassinated, and watching her cry. And oh my goodness, how the animated Abuela Alma's cry is just really heartbreaking. Like honestly, if Disney made an Encanto prequel about Abuela Alma, I'd be down. I'd be watching that film from day one. So yeah, overall, Encanto is one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, Encanto is a film that I didn't think was going to be one of Disney's best films, but turned out it might be my second favorite Disney film of all time. And not only that, but my second favorite anime film too. Yeah, everyone knows what my favorite is. It's so obvious. I don't even need to say it. So yeah, I can't believe this movie has a hate base. Maybe some people say that it's okay, but I'm fine with that. But some downright hate it and say it's probably the worst movie ever made. I won't mention names, but yeah. I'm honestly pretty annoyed with people taking Disney way to the extreme. I think the Disney hate needs to just stop. Like, not that I'm not gonna force it to like Disney, but just stop taking Disney way to the extreme, please. Just stop. But yeah, and yeah, I think it's pretty much the Vian community that hates Encanto. And yeah, there's a bunch of Sing-Chu fanboys, which Sing-Tu is it's basically the complete opposite of Encanto. That I hate Sing-Tu. And don't worry, guys, my Sing-Tu disaster video will still come out. That's pretty much my passion project right now. But it's just that there's other videos I want to do first. So yeah, Encanto is a masterpiece. This is my second favorite anime. The second favorite movie, that's the one behind No Time to Die. It is a masterpiece. I love Encanto. I'm not gonna listen to the stupid young community what they say because this movie is really good. Oh, and also I just want to talk about my ideas for Encanto 2 if ever a sequel happens. So like I said, I just wanted the prequel of Abuela Alma since her backstory was the best scene in the film. But an Encanto sequel would be good too. I mean, since Encanto tried to be like Frozen with its story, I'd like Encanto 2 to be like Frozen 2, where maybe Mirabelle, Isabella, and a couple of other characters, maybe Bruno and Luisa, all like four of them, they would be great together. They both they go on an adventure to I like to see them go on an adventure outside the casita. Maybe try to discover Mirabelle's powers or something like does she actually might have powers? And yeah, I just like to see like the world, how they try to tackle the world outside the casita and make it a very dark adventure story and make it action packed, yeah, just like Frozen 2. And maybe if they do that, then maybe the Encanto 2 might probably be my second favorite movie of all time, second only behind Frozen 2. If they do that, and yeah, it could definitely not time to die as my second. But yeah, but I won't do a separate video because I don't really have a lot to say about that. That's why I made a separate video on Frozen 3 because I had a lot of ideas for Frozen 3. But yeah, Encanto 2 is just simply making an adventure story outside the casita and explore different worlds and maybe different families with different powers. But yeah, overall, Encanto is just a masterpiece. And actually, I almost forgot to mention that this is actually an indie film. If you think about it, this is actually Disney's independent film, and you know, it's it's made like as an indie film. That's why like it doesn't. That's why it doesn't feel too big as such a small scale to it because of how indie it is. So yeah, Encanto just that's all I have to say. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, Encanto obviously gets a 10 out of 10. I would give this an 11 out of 10 yet, but I want, yeah, in the future in my channel, I'll be releasing an 11 out of 10 rating, and Encanto would be one of those movies to get it, but for now, I'm just gonna stick to 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's all for my Encanto review. So yeah, what's your opinion on Encanto? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, once again, happy birthday to Encanto Fan 2004. You're a great friend to me, and you definitely deserve to be the first request on my channel. So yeah, bye guys.